I told him, I'm like, you scoop it out.
Yeah.
Like, I can't help you. Like, just do what you have to do. So he went back inside. I've never seen a man's face so ashamed when he came back out.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Yo, welcome back to another episode of the Immigrant Section. It's your boy Abbas Wahab saying thank you for tuning in. I appreciate y'all. First things first, Ontario, I'm coming on tour with my boys Moist Man and Jesse Singh late March. Go to bosswahab.com for those tickets. We're finally coming out to the people. With me today in the studio, my guy back in the Immigrant Section. Comedian, filmmaker, landscaper, and 8 other things. Game maker. I don't even know where to end with it. But my guy, Bret. What are you saying, homie?
Not much, man. What's up with you? It's glad to be back.
You just sat there in the dining room and just watched me eat a fucking shawarma plate. I'm like, bro,
you offered.
I do this podcast so much. I'm trying to time it. You know, I hit the gym. I went try to do an open mic.
Yeah.
And I was like, I fucking got the food and I was like, yo, Bret, I'm gonna be here like 2:15, and you're just sitting in your car as I'm prepping everything before I ate. I'm like, fuck, yo, come in.
Yeah, but you said 2:15 and I would have sat there till like 2:25 and then text you me like, I'm here, even though I'm here. I don't care if I wait.
Dude, you know what I thought you were going to do, though? Because if somebody did that to me, I think, okay, reroute so you passed by Tim Hortons. Get a coffee, get a couple something, just go inside rather than post do a little time-consuming like mission that's going to eat up 10 minutes. But no, you're old school, bro. You showed up, parked, and I literally saw you. I was. And you looked at your phone and you just sat.
Yeah, because I was like,
and then I'm like running around like after like, I did another episode, so I had to drop that episode off the SD cards, and I'm like getting the food, like taking the fucking thing off, and you're just there. I'm like, and then I literally text you, come in.
And I was just like, I'm in no rush, man. I'm not in a rush. I don't rush anymore.
You're too zen. Like you're so zen, it gives me anxiety.
I'm sorry. I've just gotten to that point where I'm just like, yeah, whatever, man. Like, I know you're not going to be upset if I'm 10 minutes late now. I'm like, whatever. I'll just sit here and relax. I was going to just look at something. Sometimes I have a book I would have read. I would just chilled.
You're old school, dude. Congrats on picking up a landscaping business. That's what happens when the fucking government doesn't let non-vaccinated people enter comedy clubs. Motherfucker goes, okay, well, I'm going to start a landscaping business in the meantime before you let me into these venues, you assholes.
Yeah, so...
But comedy's around the corner. All this shit's back around the corner.
Yeah.
You're going to have, like, landscaping clients that are just like, what? Why is the grass so fucking tall? Where's that guy?
Where is he?
Oh, he's on tour. Haven't you heard?
Yeah, well, if I ever go on tour, I'll hire some people. I got some people that will cover me for when I go on tour.
Dope. I like you got a master plan.
Yeah, because, like, well, that's the whole thing, right? Like, I think this whole progress, this whole journey that I've been on has been building some weird master plan to get to a point where I'm like, I don't have to work anymore, you know, and just be like, you guys do it for me now. Which is some kind of, I don't know, that's what I want. Then I can go to America.
Passive income?
Yeah,
that's the dream, bro. I mean, think about it. For those of you who haven't caught Bret's past episodes, we have a similar kind of background in the sense that you were a full-on game designer for years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you achieved enough. You did games. Like, you have a decorated game design career.
Yeah.
Said, fuck this bullshit. Kind of went free, and then you went deep into the.
You're
like
free,
Rogan's like archery friends. You know what's his name? Cameron Haynes or whatever the fuck that guy is. You're like, I skin it and I bring about half pound salt. I salt it.
Yep.
Dig a hole probably 2.5 feet in clay. You gotta find clay. Actually, I never listened to those episodes, so I don't even know if that's what he sounds like or talks like.
But it did happen though. Like it was like unexpectedly, the plan happened where I was just like, I'm just going to do whatever, and whatever happens, happens. And I just gravitated to the things that I liked. Because like last time I was here, I was hiking all the time.
Yeah, you literally changed your fucking account to Bret Goes Outside. Yeah. You got crazy into hiking.
And I still do. But like, here's the thing that happened though, okay?
Bro, you monetized hiking. That's literally what you did. This guy, by getting into landscaping, you like, I like being around green shit.
Yes.
How do I monetize
How do I monetize it legally? Like without even like... Because like doing landscape is literally just going for a hike with a lawnmower in front of you.
Yeah.
And just making money pushing, right? But so like, okay, this is what happened with hiking, okay? I deleted it all. all of it. Like all.
I saw your Twitter the other day. What do you mean?
It's gone. I deleted.
Oh,
it.
is it?
Yeah, I deleted Twitter.
Word. Okay.
I deleted
That's
Twitter.
when you hiked deep. That's when you gone deep into the forest. Is like the voice just tells you. It's like,
yeah,
cut yourself off from everything.
So in the I guess in the last year or so, or even I've been flip flopping a lot about cutting it out, like getting rid of it. And
you talking social media or Twitter in general?
Social media in general,
Gotcha.
right?
Yeah.
And I've been
it
really
is poison.
Really,
it is poison. But also follow and click subscribe.
You can follow me at Bret Goes Outside.
Yeah, whatever you listen on, click add, follow, please. We love the metrics, but no, it is poison. Continue.
So I was like really flip flopping a lot, and then just one day I'm like, I'm just going to delete Twitter and see what happens, right? Because like I was using it all the time.
You tweeted like 10 times a day plus.
Yeah, I do.
I remember you were tweeting nonstop.
Yes, I enjoyed Twitter. I really did.
You're like walking now. Literally, you had tweets like that.
Yeah, I had the dumbest tweets, and I had good interaction, and everything. But I was like, I got to a point where I'm like, why am I doing this anymore? Like, I felt like I was just kind of like
narrating life.
Yeah, and like, who is this for, right?
Yeah.
And also, I saw like way too many people posting about like just nonsense that I didn't want to read anymore. About like, especially with the COVID stuff, people are like posting about arguments with their family on the debate and stuff. And I'm like, do you have to post about this on Twitter? Like, are you trying to rally Twitter to go after your parents?
My unvaccinated uncle actually tried to host dinner. We were like, first of all, not only is that not happening, but you aren't even invited to the one Aunt Marie is always doing. It's like, and then everyone's like, go Queen.
Exactly.
The unvaccinated shall perish and burn in hell. It's like, okay, what the fuck? And that gets retweeted.
You're not wrong.
I'll retweet that.
So I deleted it. And then the weird thing is like the next day I started like, I just say I was watching Book of Boba Fett, and I was like, oh, I want to tweet about my opinion on it. And I couldn't tweet anymore because I didn't have it. Like, it's gone. So I kind of just sat there and I was like, who do I tell?
Isn't that hilarious? That's life before 2008 or 2009.
Yeah.
All of life.
Yeah. So it was like, I sat there. I'm like, who do I tell about my opinion about the Book of Boba Fett episode 7, right? Like, or 6 or 5, whatever. And I was like, do I just text my friend and go, hey, Joe, this episode sucked?
Like, I'm not watching that show.
Yeah. It's like, it was a weird moment where I'm like,
you remembered like,
yeah,
I might just have to keep this to myself.
Yeah, no, for real. That is for real.
That's the conclusion.
That is the conclusion. I'm like, I have like, who?
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
And then I was like, well, I guess I could post about it on Facebook, but I haven't been on Facebook in forever, so I don't even care about that platform.
You got to first post, I'm back, then give it 2 days, and then post
and
that.
Then post.
Yeah.
You can't just go in hot. Yo, Book of Boba Fett sucked.
Like, I thought you were dead, bro. Yes. Where have you been? Forget Book of Boba Fett.
Tell us you're alive, man. But it's just like I had this like weird moment.
I landscape now.
Yeah, I've been landscaping, guys. Don't worry. So I didn't know what to do. I really didn't know what to do. Now I just keep the opinion to myself, which is weird, right? Because like we're so in this like cultural era now of like, if you have an opinion, you voice it.
No, here's the reality though. In that moment that you realize that is, I think, the exact moment you DM me like, yo, when should I do the podcast?
Yeah,
you realize this is your outlet now.
Yeah,
that's when that DM came, bro. I'm telling you, it was that same day. It came out of the blue. I'm like, yeah, reach.
Most likely that's what happened. I'm like,
okay, so then share what the fuck happened with episode 7 on both. You might as well. You're here, bro. It's just now or never.
Whatever, man. It's an all right show. Like,
that's what you're gonna. Episode 7's okay.
I guess I could have just messaged you, be like, hey, did you watch Book of Boba Fett? I don't need to come on the podcast to rant about no Twitter now.
I don't even know what that is. Actually, I do. That's Disney Plus, like the new like Mandalorian.
Yeah,
they made money on Mandalorian, and they're just fucking greenlighting everything.
Milk it.
Woo!
Let's get all the episodes of every character.
How rich do these Star Trek? How rich is George Lucas? Like, is there? Does he even own anything related to this at this point?
My understanding was he sold the whole thing for like $4 billion.
That seems like a good sale. You know, there's a guy at like some finance guy at Goldman Sachs. Like, you got gypped. You got gypped. We ran the numbers. It's worth $12 billion. It's
I don't know if he gets a cutback still, like some kind of like 2% cutback on royalties or whatever. I'm sure he.
Brett.
What?
When someone gives you $4 billion, it's
done.
okay for it to just be done. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but like he's got to
What's the
think about
back end look like? Hey, you're not listening, George. 4 billion. There is no back end. This is it. This is the front, the back, the whole picture, bro.
Well, I'm trying to think of the Lucas grandkids, you know? Like, I don't know.
Probably they'll be good
fine.
from the 4 billion.
4 billion's good.
Brett, 4 billion.
True. You know what?
That's
why I'm not-
$4,000 million.
That's why I'm not in finance.
You know what I mean? Like
Disney would have been like, Brett, that's too greedy. You go for that 2% royalties?
Yeah.
Come on.
No,
4
but
billion?
I actually, in reality, though,
Yeah.
I bet he's getting something.
Oh, he's got to get a little something.
Yeah, for sure.
Or they still contract
It's
him
still
out.
his baby, and he's still alive. Why
Yeah,
should he?
I'm sure they call him up and he's like, yo, there's a fee just to call me, you know? For
Every
sure.
movie makes $1 billion. So
Yeah.
forget the movies. Think about the merchandise, the Comic-Con shit that's happening.
Oh, yeah.
There's probably
Yeah.
10 times in that.
Oh, he's swimming in it. 4
So-
billion.
So that moment you realize you couldn't tweet, and what the fuck did you realize? Did you lose your mind? Like this is the life I've chosen, the forest life. That's what the forest life is, by the way.
Yeah. So now I actually use my phone a little less, but I actually notice I'm writing more stuff out, like just in my notes now instead of like voicing an opinion. I'm like, yeah, all right, I'm just gonna write this idea now. It's just like taking the idea and putting it into the phone because I don't know what to do with them now. But eventually, I think I'm just going to stop caring about opinions in the sense. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen because I don't have a platform to voice it anymore. Maybe I'm going to start a podcast soon and just be me ranting for
Forest talk.
forest talking, just talking about random ideas and stuff. But yeah, it's just been weird, but it's been good. Also.
What's that Henry David Thoreau or whatever that forest? That
Oh,
quote?
yeah.
I went into the woods deliberately.
Yeah,
and, and only when I came close to losing my life, realized that I had not yet lived, or some shit like
something
that.
like that.
I just know it ends with that I had not yet lived, and you're like, oh shit, poetry.
That's my life right now. Is I'm slowly disconnecting it all, slowly. I wanted to get rid of Instagram too. I was kind of thought about it for a little bit. I was like, should I just get rid of it all? But I was like, no. Like, calm down. Let's keep something because I don't really know. Like, I guess it's an
Did you
experiment.
deactivate or full out
Permanently
delete?
gone.
Yeah.
Just said fuck it.
Instagram. I mean, if you ever planning on doing anything like once you're back like live online, then that's a bitch to just go back and might as well delete the app.
Yeah,
But then the route you're suggesting is go full blackout off the grid.
yeah.
That's
But I don't
hard
know.
for comedy. That's impossible for
I know
comedy.
that's the one like
I don't see
caveat.
how it possible you can make that work.
I don't know. I'd probably have to go to all the shows and get everyone's phone number and be like, "Hey, can I just text you for a spot?"
Or emails. But
Or
still,
emails,
like, how do
but-
those people find out about the shows to begin with? You know?
Exactly.
It's the, what's it called? Like the shitty parts of a job.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
yeah,
what
Yeah.
social media is for entertainer, performer who
Yeah.
is trying to get people, asses in seats.
Yeah. True.
It's a necessary evil is pretty much what I was trying to say. Like,
Yeah.
it really is. Unless you're Chappelle or Rock, who are like grandfathered in from like
Yeah. And like
Pre-social
those
media
guys
days.
also aren't even using their social media, right? It's
they're
like
barely. Someone is managing it for them, but they have a footprint on the platform.
yeah, exactly.
But like if Elvis was still alive today and
Yeah.
he didn't have an Instagram, he would be fine.
Yeah.
And the second he got it, he would have like 100 million followers.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like that is irrelevant. But for people that came up in this age, it's actually a huge tool for us to reach the people outside of our driving radius.
Well, yeah, it's even a tool in landscaping, right? Like to work, like working with it, right? Like the tool is always needed. Like I have to log in all my hours and all that stuff. It's all on the phone now. So even the concept of getting rid of your phone or even stripping it down to something that's just bare
makes your life
necessities,
harder.
It actually
Yeah.
is against the grain now. Because even
So
like
so it's like you can go as low as like early smartphones, but when you go flip phone and
Yeah.
you're doing the TXT or whatever the fuck it is,
Yeah.
you're just making your life
you're making your life
a
difficult.
living hell for no reason.
So like what I was thinking is I stripped down, got rid of Twitter because really I felt like I was just into the void. It was going
Yeah,
nowhere.
fuck Twitter. Yeah,
So fuck Twitter.
Yeah. They're
I
on the
don't-
dying end.
Don't really need Facebook. at
Twitter's
all.
on the Facebook's same situation.
Yeah, I don't really need Facebook, so I kind of push that to the side. Like I keep it around for Messenger so I can contact certain people, see what shows are on. That's the only thing it's good for. And then I like my Instagram, and I was like, okay, I'll keep Instagram because I like photos and stuff. So
Yeah.
and that's like the only platform I think I'm going to keep. And I don't have to really be too involved with it. You know what I'm saying? It's like I can keep it a good arm's distance away where it's not like I'm throwing shit into the void too and all that stuff. So
Yeah, Instagram's a good bank of your contacts and
yeah.
whatnot, right?
And also I thought with Twitter that was wasting my ideas. I don't know if you think this,
Olivia said the same thing when she was on. She was like,
she did say that. Yes, because I
it would,
did listen.
it almost like it solidifies your bit in like a half-baked state.
Yeah,
Or your
yeah,
idea.
Yeah.
It's like Twitter's all about brevity, right? So you try to maximize like efficiency of words. So you use the least words in what you're saying. So it punches hard when you read it.
Yeah.
But then you almost like burnt it out.
Yeah.
It's like, where do you go from there?
Yeah, exactly.
Trying to build it up. It's like it fucks the idea up.
Yeah. And like, she's not wrong at all. Because like, I've thought of so many things that I've posted up there where I was like, this is funny. I'm going to just throw it out there and you get like 1 or 2, 5.
You're like, black people are less than us.
I would never.
You're literally on the toilet like, I wonder how that tweet did.
There's so many reasons.
You hear your phone. Bzz, bzz, you're
Yeah.
like, oh, sick. This was a good one. Like, you're so out of touch.
Well, that reaction is legit though. That whole like when you post something on Twitter, you're just like, oh shit, it is a good one. Like when you look back and you see all the things,
I know.
you're like,
I'm on like
ooh.
8 social medias, bro.
But like
You
that's
think I
that
don't-
feeling, right? You're like,
it's the
oh, it
worst.
hit.
Yeah.
Yes, it's like almost like this weird lotto system. It's like, yes, it hit. Fuck yeah, 25,
What's
man.
funny is when I do a post and it bombs, nothing.
Yeah.
It comes and goes. Nothing happens.
I delete 'em.
I used to do that.
I do it.
because just like I can't accept it being like this.
Yes.
But then what happens is an internal monologue gets kicked off when
Yeah.
it bombs.
Yeah.
where I'm just clearly bummed out. And I'm telling myself, I'm not bummed out because of that.
Yeah.
I'm not attached to it that much.
Yeah.
But you are.
You are. You
That's
are.
the only reason you're saying this to yourself.
Yeah.
I'm
No.
not bummed out. You are bummed out.
You are totally. And like I've tweeted things where I'm like, this is hot fire, like perfect wording, and I'm like, I love it. I put it out there, and my phone ain't buzzing. Like I'm just like, what's going on? And I'm like, and I've done this stupid thing where I'm like, what time is it? Like I'm like, am I?
It was a high traffic time. That's the yeah.
I'm like, it's 3 o'clock. This is my high traffic peak time.
Yeah,
it's
you're
not moving.
That's what was happening with me with TikTok when I was posting every day making
Right,
videos.
right.
That's why I was like so happy to get off of TikTok and get out.
Oh, I
get
deleted
off
that
of
too.
this.
I deleted that too.
TikTok is like poison.
Gone.
It felt good to get off of it because I used to wake up every day being like, okay, I gotta come up with fucking like 2 good videos. Today.
Yeah.
2 good, and I'm sitting there writing. Like I did it when the first lockdown happened.
Yeah.
Comedy was first outlawed, and we were just literally locked inside, quarantine.
Yeah.
That time I was like, you gotta be creative, blah blah blah. But
Yeah.
then I started seeing success and got straight up addicted. Where it's like because it shows you the notifications in red when you open them.
Yeah. Give
You
it
know?
all.
You're like, okay.
It's that serotonin boost, man. You're like, yeah, and then
The worst is when you're in like a streak of killing it.
Yeah.
That first one you do that is not like when you're like desensitized to a lot. Like you'll open your thing, it'll be
Yeah.
like 500 new followers.
Yeah.
You're like, okay.
Nice. Good day.
Right?
Yeah.
It's a good day. The other day was like 1,100. And then you post something and it's like 11 followers. Which on any other thing, you're like, 11 people followed me.
Yeah.
But TikTok like divorces it from reality where you're just like, only 39. Fuck. You know,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
And then being like, I'm not bummed out because of that. I'm not bummed out because of that. You know what I mean?
You rewatch it, you're like, what did I do wrong
Yeah,
in
yeah,
here?
yeah, yeah. But I'm not bummed out
I'm not
because of
bummed.
that.
No,
No,
man,
I'm not
I'm
fucked.
It's a great day outside. What
Yeah,
are you
yeah,
talking
yeah,
about?
yeah. And you're not going outside.
Yeah, you're staying.
You're like, I could do about a video about great days, how you don't go outside.
Yeah,
You know? That's a good idea.
That's a good idea. Let's go make it. Yes.
You start losing this
Yeah.
connection to reality.
Yeah, it's
it's
a
like
weird-
you tweeting and sitting there like that was a good one.
Yeah. It's
You
a
know?
weird hustle. It's
Yeah.
a weird game of it all. And like, yeah, I got rid of TikTok first. I did. And because like, I actually found myself in a weird sinkhole with that one. Not creatively, but like content. I was just doom
Oh no, I was
scrolling.
saying the addiction factor
Yeah.
in TikTok is
High.
through the roof.
Ridiculous.
Through the roof. Like I would like. That's why I was happy that I got off of it because I used to be on it, being like, "What's trending?
Yeah,
What's
yeah,
happening?"
yeah. And I would see all your guys' stuff, and it always like I was laughing. I'm like, oh, there's
And
a
you're like,
boss's
these guys
new
are
thing.
killing it. I should be doing something.
Yeah.
In reality, where I'm biting my nails at home. Like,
Yeah.
what's funny? What happened in my youth? Fuck. What do immigrants do?
You're not wrong on that regard because like I would see you doing it and Che doing it, and I'm like, these are funny. Like you guys are funny and making funny stuff, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, what should I do? Like I kind of
What's
thought
my
about it.
X factor?
Yeah, like what's my thing? And I'm like, well, I'm not going to do native stuff because that's silly. Because it's not for
you
me.
found out.
Yeah.
This guy did 21 and Me. Your whole identity was native.
Yeah.
And 21 and Me fucked that up for you.
No, I'm just.
They took your card
they
back
took
and
it,
everything. They're like,
Get out of there.
start paying tax, bitch.
Go back to colonized land. So, but that made me
13%.
think about it a lot too. Where it's like, I'm like, oh, I could do what Che does, like, or like what you do, right? I'm like, and then a part of me is just like, nah, because I know the work that's going into it.
It comes at a great cost.
Yeah, and I'm like sitting there like everyone will probably sit there and think like, oh yeah, they're just cranking these out, no problem and stuff. I'm like, you don't know these guys. I know how they're already thinking. They're like, is this good enough? Like, I know the work you guys are putting into it. I'm like, if it bombs too, right? It's like, so I didn't think, I got out of that one. I'm like, I'm not doing it because I just didn't want to. Like, I couldn't figure out what I wanted to talk about. And like, yeah, sure, I'm the nature guy and all that jazz, but I'm like, I don't want to do a nature video every 2 days or every day. Or
I know. You're like, okay, guys, fuck, this is a pine cone, I guess.
Yeah.
They're pretty, you can scratch with it if you kind of can't reach the spot.
You're not wrong, though. I did think about it. I'm like, I guess I could just go out and identify trees.
Yeah.
I thought about it.
Might as well shoot yourself. You know what I mean? Put a bullet in your head when you think, I guess I could just go outside and identify trees.
But that's where I was at with it.
People are commenting, kill yourself.
Why don't you hang yourself on that tree?
That's like that Jim Gaffigan joke. It's like, we can go bowling or we could kill ourselves.
That's exactly where it was at, though, right? Like, you're sitting there like, what can I make content-wise? These guys are killing it.
If you were younger, you could climb trees.
Yeah, I'm not climbing no trees.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, fuck that. Bro, he went viral. Imagine you climbed a tree as a joke and it went viral.
Yeah.
And then you're like, fuck. Nah, do I have to keep climbing these trees?
You gotta be a tree climbing guy.
You're going to break your back.
It's called Bret Climbs Trees now.
Oh,
I'm just
fuck,
like, God damn it. Why did this have to be the thing that blows up? And like, I guess that's the thing, like, where I got to the point too with my hobby, which is hiking, and this whole concept of, do I have to monetize the hobby? Because there's this whole thing about like, oh, you want your hobby to be your life goal now, and like that's how you make your monies off your hobby. And I didn't like this concept of hobby, like monetizing the hobby, because it doesn't become a fun
What does it
thing.
have to be? Like, it doesn't have to be. It's like,
But
your
it feels like-
passion and hobby are different.
It kind of feels like that's what the culture is out there to say is like,
Like, my hobby is woodworking, but I'm not trying to monetize the woodworking.
not yet.
But my passion is comedy.
Yeah.
And I think making your passion your bread-winning source is that's the goal. That's the ultimate
I
thing.
think
To
you're
be
correct,
aligned in your like talents and passions is how you make your living.
Yeah.
I think that's ideal. But then if you like to fish, you don't have to make a fucking fishing show.
Yeah.
And you don't have to try to monetize the fishing. You know what I mean? Like, it's not even that you're trying to monetize the comedy. It's like, this is what you like doing. You're doing it regardless of the money.
Yeah.
And if you do anything regardless of the money that you're actually good at, and like there's a feedback loop where you're trying to get better, you're not just insane like that crazy guy at the open mic who's been doing it 18 years. Like, if you're not that, eventually money will come because you'll get fucking good.
I think you're actually right on that. Because
But the hobby doesn't have to become.
Well, I think that's where I got with it, where it's like, am I trying to monetize the hobby of hiking a lot? Like, I was thinking
like
about
with
that.
the tweeting.
Yeah, with the
Gotcha.
tweeting. And then, like, I was making YouTube videos about it.
You deep in the hiking game,
Yeah,
bro.
I got really deep into it. And, like, I did have TikTok reels about the hiking places that I went to. Like, I tried all these elements of it. And then
This
I was
is
just
a
like,
coniferous tree. Kill yourself.
I did do that.
Kill yourself.
I did do
Hagrid. You know?
It's Magrid, all
Hagrid
right?
hung himself.
No, so I thought about all of that, and I was like, that's killing the hobby. Because like I'm out there, like the whole point of me going out in the woods and hanging out is to just enjoy it and take my friends with me, have fun, like talk about stuff. Like that's the point of the woods, is a good time.
Exactly.
So
yeah.
I
Same
felt
with
like
that.
I took away from it by bringing out the camera gear.
Gotcha.
Like I got all my GoPros. Like, hey, everyone, stop back here. I need to get this clean shot of us walking through the trail, and then like doing all the afterwork of like putting it up online and all that shit. I thought it just took away from the actual hobby aspect of it and made it less fun. Like a hobby's supposed to be
I know
fun.
exactly what you mean. It's like every now and then I'll see like LeBron or somebody post a photo of him hanging out with all his friends.
Yeah.
Because there's a photographer there. And every time I'm hanging out with my friends, though, and we're having a good time, first of all, I never have the idea, and nobody has the idea, let's take a picture of this.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they're at a level where there's always a photographer.
Yeah.
Like, you know, recording thing for history. Look, like
Yeah.
fucking Maya Angelou and LeBron in the same room, like or
Yeah.
whatever the fuck, right? But I'm always like, I wish I had like a, you know, like to show the crew, but I'm like, anytime I hang out with my friends, a phone, like a picture, or never,
It doesn't exist.
Never
Yeah.
happens. So
Yeah.
I can never get that shit.
And I was thinking about that too. Is like, so when I first started hiking, there was no tech involved, right? Maybe my phone, I'd take a couple pictures of stuff. But then as like I got more into it, I'm like, okay, I'm going to
Got a shotgun mic in a fucking forest.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get room tone, everybody, birds, everybody. You just give me 30 seconds, room tone.
Yeah, and like some things, like I kind of was thinking about like the original point of it was like just to go and hang out and just have good times in the forest with my friends and just talk. But then once you start doing,
You sound like a murderer when you say that.
yes.
Just having good times in the forest with my friends.
I'm not trying to murder anybody.
There's nobody going with you. Huh? You've lost it, dude. There's nobody there. You're going in alone. Like I'm seeing you from a distance. It's like I'm with my friends in the forest. Bret, you're alone, Bret.
It's really me alone this whole time.
Yeah, you fucking Bret is alone is the new tag, the Twitter tag. Bret is alone
Bret
in
is
the
alone
woods.
in the woods. Yeah, but I was thinking about those times before the technology was
Oh, that's a
involved.
good podcast name if you ever make one.
What?
Alone in the woods.
No.
Like you walk through and you're just like,
You're not.
this doesn't feel like a safe forest.
I've been in some forests where I thought there was some shit in there for sure.
Like animal wise or like just
weird
crime
vibes.
wise?
No, just weird vibes in the forest. Like I was like,
That's hilarious.
just
I don't trust the vibes of this forest.
Dude,
yo.
I've
I don't
been
trust
there.
these trees, bro.
No, I've been there. I went to this place. I can't even remember the place of it, but the lake around it actually is the shape of the Death Star. It's really cool. It's like a good drive away.
But the Death Star was a sphere.
Oh, sorry, the Millennium Falcon. It was the shape of the Millennium Falcon. I know. I'm drawing out the shape too. Like, oh wait, that's not the right shape.
You mean a circle?
No. It looked like the shape of the Millennium Falcon, right?
Gotcha.
And,
I don't even know what that looks like.
It's like this diamond kind of thing.
Okay, like oval
a
kinda.
teardrop.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
yeah,
kinda like a
yeah.
teardrop.
Gotcha.
I'm sure there's some Star Wars guys out there going,
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah,
it."
exactly.
What kind of nerds are
Dislike.
these? Yeah, don't dislike us.
I was holding it back, but I can't anymore.
Yeah, you can't cancel me on Twitter now. So I went there and I had my gear out and stuff, and I'm just walking around, and it felt weird. Like it just felt weird. It was silent. You know, there's certain things about the woods. When the woods are silent, it's just like
It's too quiet.
It's
Like,
too.
you don't
quiet.
trust it.
There's no other humans around either. Like I'm the only one who parked in the parking lot. I've gone down a little bit of ways, and it just got like weirdly quiet. Like weirdly quiet, dude. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, or standing. I'm not.
Do you only go to woods that have a parking lot right next to it?
No. This is just how some of them
It's
are.
like a trail. It's a
Yeah.
trail. I fuck with you.
I know. So I'm like, I'm walking a little bit more, and I'm like, this is getting. It's just like you feel it. There's some weird innate human ability to feel weird shit, you know.
Yeah, of course.
And so I was in the woods, and I'm just sitting there. I'm like, this is weird. And then I heard like some rustling in a sense, and I'm like, I don't know what's supposed to be out here in this area. I'm like, it should be deer, but it was just oddly weird, man. And I left. I turned around, I grabbed my camera, and I'm like, I'm out of here because it was just too weird for too long on the trail. And I'm like, nope, I'm not dying out here today. So I left.
I love that shit. It's so funny that when nature's too silent, it's like a red flag.
It's a big red flag to me.
You're like,
yeah.
that's why even those fucking in the movies they'll have like the SWAT teams or like the SEAL teams.
Yeah.
They'll be like, it's quiet, and then the other guy will be like, too quiet, and then I'm like, oh, you know, right when he says too quiet, an attack happens.
That's like Predator, man. What is everyone's just Arnold's just sitting there and it's like it's really quiet, and then Predator shows up and murks them. Just like
If I'm ever with people and someone goes, it's quiet,
Yeah.
I'm like, nobody say it's too quiet because we'll get attacked the second. Nobody
quiet.
say anything.
it's
It's
quiet.
not that. No, it's actually not that quiet. It's okay. It's
I've been-
okay.
I've been to a lot of places that have just been like really weird like that, forest wise, where I'm just like, it's oddly quiet, man. We should not be here. You just feel it. It's weird.
Bro,
It's
I need
weird.
to reintroduce you back to society. You're like, I've been to a lot of forests.
This is what happens when you
Like,
have.
I need to bring you back. I need to have you on this podcast more often. Reintroduce you to society. I'm happy you got this landscaping business.
you,
At
man.
least you'll talk to
I'll talk to
clients
people.
and fucking
Yeah.
shit. Yeah, exactly. You want to come to the woods with me?
Come on.
No, I'm good. I'm going to church.
I guess this is what happens with 2 years of lockdowns, right? You just go into the woods.
Deep.
This is what happens, man. You go too far into it, and you're just like, well, I guess I got to get reintroduced. I don't know, man. It's been fun.
I wonder how many people that are landscaping right now that I always see. I wonder how many of them had like technical careers before.
I wonder
Because now
that.
with you,
Yeah.
it makes me realize that in my head, I see a landscaper. I think, oh, this person has been doing this since high school. They're like, oh,
Right.
I'm not going to do anything with college.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go straight into a trade that's nearby. Because when I was younger, a lot of teens would be working
Yeah.
for landscaping businesses. So
Yeah.
they would have a foot in the door with like where to work after graduation.
Yeah, exactly.
So in my mind, I'm like, oh, they've been doing that for 8 years.
Yeah.
Like and now I look at you, I'm like, oh, you were a game designer. I wonder how many like I wonder if there's doctor landscape that used to be like surgeons and got like.
That's a good question. I wonder.
Shit, and they're just because I could see it.
I could
just
see it too.
Doing a garden, mowing lawns.
It's very zen like. It's very zen and peaceful and quiet. Like I'm sure, obviously, you hear the mowers and stuff, but like in your mind, it's empty. Like it's chill. It's the chillest thing to do.
Do people like ever come out and like bring you? Is it like the '60s where like a lady with an apron will come bring you lemonade and you'll be like,
Yes.
"Oh, thank you, ma'am."
Yes.
She's like, "You working so hard out here, child."
I've had burgers
Just
made,
sweet
man.
child.
They fire up the barbecue for us. Legit.
Well, you're a bigger dude too. I feel like they wouldn't fire it up for me. They're just like, damn, big boy's coming in to fucking mold the shit, fire up the grill, bro. We're gonna fucking make his day.
They did make my day. They got the chips out, lemonade, the 2 burgers.
But you finish the job before you eat, I'm
Yes,
assuming, right?
yes,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
fuck yeah.
yeah, gotta
That's
get
awesome.
the job done, and then I want to relax.
I did. At one time, I back when I used to help finish pools.
Yeah.
The people that own the Weather Network, super rich. They have a summer home in Collingwood.
Right.
And we went to. They had a new pool made, and like I would work with these Greeks that would like finish the pool plaster. And yeah, his wife. I guess I'm assuming it's like I'm assuming the owner is a guy. Actually, I don't. It could have been her. She was the owner. I have no idea. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
clearly sexist. You know what I mean? I'm assuming it's his wife, but she brought out like a tray of like lemonades.
Yes.
And we're just like 6 guys working, and it
Yes.
was just like, obviously we're like, thank you, ma'am, like hat in hand, and like it felt great. And then like right when she walked away. Some of the guys would be like, "Wish it was a Bud Light," you know what I mean? And they're like, and then they get right back to work. But it's great. But most people don't do that. That's what I've learned.
Oh, yeah.
Most people will like. Do you ever go to people and be like, "Can I use your bathroom?" Or you're at a site so quick, like
I'm out. I'll
You're
piss
in and
on.
out
I'll piss on the tree, man. I don't give a fuck. I'm outside. I'm peeing on the tree. Legit.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't, because I'm outdoors, right? So I'm
just
gonna
picturing
pee.
a yard that has one tree visible as fuck from the kitchen window.
Okay,
It's
that's
just
not me.
That's like half your width. You're just like, fuck 'em.
Fuck 'em. No, I don't ask to go inside for washrooms at all. I'll go
Not
to
even
tomorrow.
once. It had an emergency.
Never. So in my career of doing like construction work and or landscaping, there's a reason why I'll never go inside. It's because of a coworker and what happened to him.
Okay.
Right?
There's a story here.
There is a story to this whole thing. So I was working Eaves Troughs. This is back in the 90s. And he had to go to the washroom. And I just assumed he had to take a leak, right? And I'm like, go outside. We're out here. No one's going to see. And he's like, no, I got it. It's number 2. And I'm like, no, you don't go in there. Just don't, right? And he's like, no, I'm going to do it. And he knocked on the door and he was let in. And he goes...
All you see is the door close. You're like, oh, Jesus be with you, my friend.
So he goes in and he's a couple minutes, right? And I'm working away doing stuff. And then all of a sudden he comes out and he's like, I can't find the plunger.
He plugged it up.
He plugged it up. And I'm
You gotta
standing.
pinch the loaf in that situation.
Like cycle it, right? Take one flush. Take
and
one,
pinch
take
it
flush.
too.
Yeah.
Each drop comes out, cut into 2.
Cut it.
And then flush it.
Yeah, and hope
There's
for
a
the best.
system.
There is a system for this. But he went full, all of it.
What a dumbass.
So
So he came outside of the house.
Yeah, he came
to say
out.
I can't find the plunger.
yeah. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, why don't you just ask where the plunger is? Because like she will tell you, right?
Oh,
God, and he's
yeah.
like, I can't ask her.
Yeah. I mean,
So-
the alternative is so much worse.
The alternative was worse because I told him, I'm like, you scoop it out.
Yeah.
Like, I can't help you. Like,
Yeah.
just do what you have to do. So he went back inside. I've never seen a man's face so ashamed when he came back out. When he finished what he finished. I don't know what he did. But when he came back out, that his face was just like
He was different.
He was broken.
Yeah.
He did some shit he didn't want to do. And I'll never forget it. His name was Jeff. I'll never forget it, man. And that's one reason why I just don't go inside. I won't. No, I'll go to Tim Hortons. I'll fuck their shit up.
It was the type of face where you don't even want to ask what happened.
You know what he did.
Yeah.
It's the face you know what happened. Like,
Like he aged 6 years.
he went to World War I and came back a man. Like,
Fuck.
oh man, and so that like that has stuck with me forever. Of why like I won't do it. I just won't. Nope, won't do it.
Are you a big clogger?
Dude, I destroy my own toilet. So yes, I know what I'm equipped with.
Are you a big spray shitter or you got a good regularity?
No, I got a good
going?
regularity,
Yeah?
but it's like a fucking full dump truck. Like,
Yeah?
I'm killing my toilet.
So you're getting like coils,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
like
yeah.
snake coil.
Yeah. Yeah, or just like a fucking like meteor, just bah. Yeah. So I know what's going on, you know. So like,
So you gotta cut it. Sometimes it's so dense you can't cut it. You're like, fuck, this is not gonna flush, and I can't cut it.
yeah, but at least at home I have the professional professional tools to handle it.
Yeah,
right.
exactly. I've plugged the toilets and then just gone outside and found a good stick. A good stick that, like, if it even got some bending in it, it won't break. Like a good gauge.
Yeah.
Just in there breaking.
You know what?
Breaking and shoveling, man.
Sometimes what I've done is I'll kick the stem of the toilet. So like, you know, the flange is like this and it goes into the ground. If you hit the base of it a lot, it will shake it.
That's hilarious. I've never done that. I'm afraid because the last thing I want to do is break the fixture.
Well, I've installed a lot of toilets, so I understand the mechanics of how it works.
There's a 2-bolt plug down.
2-bolt. So there is a coating that goes around the attachment between the toilet and the ground.
Yeah.
It's like a big thick wax. So if you crack that, it'll destroy everything. But if you don't, you're fine. So you can nudge it a little bit.
So do you go under and you do one of these?
I just with
With
my
the
hand.
foot, you go right deep in the toilet.
like I'm like
So you don't
Muay
kick
on it. Just
Yeah?
wham, a couple quick ones and see if it will go. And if it's not, then I gotta get the tools.
God damn,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah.
I just see that. Like, come on, Bessie. Come on, Bessie.
Yeah, like 2 or 3 hits, and sometimes it'll go bloop, and boom, and it does its thing, you know. We've all been there.
That's so funny, man. The amount of times.
But if it's like Tim Hortons and McDonald's, I don't care what's going on. I'm sorry. It's like,
Yeah.
Rest
Like,
in peace.
yeah, 90% of the time you show up, it's plugged. Like, you're like, oh, damn, someone beat me to it, you know? And it's plugged, and 3 shits have been taken over.
Yeah, and you're just like, why?
You're like, I can't at this point. It's just a bowl of 6 people's shit, man.
I pushed that little black button just to see if it's gonna work.
No. At that point, I'm just like, that's like an act of terrorism to the staff, because you know you're gonna displace straight logs out of the toilet at that point.
That's true. That's true.
You know what I mean? I'm not that piece of
Those
shit.
toilets are pretty like powerful though.
They're doing like those. Yeah.
Especially
but
when
like if you're seeing that, the button's not gonna work.
No,
It would have worked already. Somebody would have clicked that button. Like 8 people should have clicked.
They
that
have to have
button.
like one of those like nursing buttons on the side. Like this one's done. Let's get in here. We need staff.
Yeah, you're
quick.
like, what's the emergency? Oh, no emergency.
No emergency.
It's just somebody could take their 15 right now and possibly handle that.
Did someone kick it? Please kick it. Kickstart it.
I was just at Tim Hortons the other day,
Yeah.
and I got a bagel, and they
course.
charged me for 2. And she's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Now I gotta go get a manager to do a refund." I'm like, "Don't worry about it. On my way out, because I was working. I'm like, on my way out, I'll get my second bagel."
Yeah.
She's like, "Okay, cool." She goes on her break. She fucks off. An hour later, there's some other like Irish kid who. I'm like, "Hey man, I got a bagel earlier, but they charged me for 2, and I told her I'd get." He's like, "Oh, I don't." He's like, "I don't even care, man." He's like, I forget how does that? I don't even care. Like, what do you want? Like,
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, okay." And I was like, "Yeah, can I do French vanilla, whatever?" He's like, I'm like, "Can I get a small French?" He goes, "I'll give you any size. Just what size do you?" I'm like, man, it's so rare.
Yeah.
To run into this attitude, which I grew up with.
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck teenage attitude. I'm working fast food.
Yeah.
If you want a cup, here, just take the cup. Somehow we lost that. Like every teenage person got so fucking like a stick up their ass as
Yeah.
if they're managing the joint.
Yeah. I don't
Like
know why that
nobody
happened.
makes exceptions anymore, and I
Yeah.
don't understand that. Like I just did a show. Like I just did my Free Times Cafe show in Toronto, and one of the comedians has only 1 vaccine. I don't even know if he
Right.
only has 1 vaccine. That's what he was saying. But anyways,
Yeah.
subcontractors don't necessarily need to be vaccinated per law. Employees are not required to be vaccinated, and neither are subcontractors. It is at the discretion of the venue.
Right.
So here I am with 2 sold out shows, depending on comedians. He's coming in. He's a subcontractor.
Yeah.
So he's trying to explain this to the guy that I deal with, my counterpart at like this venue. And the guy's just like, I'm like, bro, just everyone in here, you have checked the vaccine. This place has 40 people in it.
Yeah.
Why don't be so fucking make an exception?
Yeah,
this is one guy here. Nobody is coming into this building and asking everyone in this building to see vaccine.
Yeah.
Nobody is doing that. The government can't afford that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They may ask to see the employees, a sample group of some people, but it's not like they're going to come into a venue. Ladies and gentlemen, please do not panic. We are here with the COVID Compliance Authority with the government of Ontario. Everyone will be checked. It will be a routine check. We will check and we will. That's never happened. That's not a thing. So it's like, just fucking make it accept. The guy's gonna do comedy. Get the fuck out of here, man. And he's like, I'm like, come on, dude. Why is this so hard for people?
I don't know. It's weird. It's that whole thing is just weird. Where it's like they want it's like they are afraid to break whatever rule is a rule, right? They're afraid to be that person that goes against the grain in a sense. And it's like, fuck the rules, man.
Make
it doesn't matter.
At your own discretion. Think about the rule.
Yeah.
What is the rule? The rule is that people must be vaccinated to come in. Why? Because if they're not vaccinated, then they could give me COVID. You can get COVID even if you're vaccinated.
Yeah.
Oh, well, then COVID would fuck them up. Then why are we being extra stringent on them? They're going to be the ones who get sick.
Yeah, like,
so it's like
if the venue is cool with it, right?
But he represents the venue in that moment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's not the owner.
But
so
if the venue is cool with it, like if he's
the venue, the owner, and they're being like, yeah, she's like,
yeah. So if they've already said they're flexible, then guess
she
what?
didn't say it. She wasn't there yet. The owner wasn't there yet. So I'm just he's the second in command.
Oh, okay.
So it's his call.
Right.
I'm like, bro, and I know him well.
Yeah.
And he's like a very fair and nice guy. I'm like, what do you mean? This isn't. He's mulling over it like the fucking OPP is about to enter any second. Like he's gonna be in court on the stand, being like, "Well, it was brought to my," you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and someone's gonna be fucking cross-examining.
Yeah.
No, dude, like when I was in fast food, if a little kid comes up, oh, my mom said, "Can I get another drink and have a toonie?" I'm like, here's a cup.
Yeah,
go refill it yourself.
Yeah.
When I was at Best Buy. And we had the price match. The rules of the price match is we have to call that place, find out if they have it in stock. And if they have it in stock, we take the difference between our price and their price, and we add 10% and we reduce it off of our price. So it's like you get it the cheapest price plus a little 10%.
Nice.
But the rules, you got to check if they have stock. And if a guy comes and it's like a random thing and it's $60 and someone else has it $45.
Yeah, just do it.
And the thing is $44. It's like, yeah, I'm not gonna go call the stock or whatever. Or even if I know they don't have stock, who's gonna win here? The end corporation is gonna win, or this single individual human?
Yeah,
I'm gonna be rooting for them.
Yeah,
now get it. If like you own the place and you are a partner and you have a financial interest.
Yeah,
okay, I get it. You're thinking a different way, but none of these scenarios have been that.
Yeah,
it's all been like people acting like when a McDonald's manager is like, "Can I get a sweet and sour sauce?" That'll be 25 cents.
You also gotta like
just
look
give
at
me the sauce, dude.
Sometimes these people have never had a power before. You know what I'm saying? Like had any responsibility.
That was a
with
rant
power.
and a half, by the way.
I know. I felt it.
I was like, stop and breathe and drink water.
Let me take that energy in, man. Give it to me. Yeah, sometimes people just have never had power, right? Like I guess maybe in our own professions, we've been at a certain level of execution where we're just like, who gives a fuck, man? Just do it. You know, like you understand how the power works in a sense, but these people who have never had this responsibility in a sense take it a little too serious.
Do you have any friends who smoked weed right when it went legal?
Oh yeah.
Isn't that the most mind-boggling thing?
Oh yeah, it is. Like there's a lot of mind-boggling things with that, right? Because like it's because it became legal. They're just like, yeah, I can do it now.
Yeah.
But it's like, well, you could have done it anytime you wanted. You didn't have to wait for the government to tell you what to do, which is absurd to me on so many levels, where we're just like, one person out of millions of people can actually just tell us what to do, and we're like, yeah, okay, cool, we'll do that, which is absurd. It's absurd.
It blows my mind.
Yeah,
it blows my mind. Like people can't do that critical thought and be like, yeah, this is the general rule, but I'm not going to follow it this time.
Yeah, and I guess for me, like all the rules, I'm just like, nah, I'm not going to do it. But like that's just coming up. We just maybe we grew up differently,
Well, I'm
right?
saying, like
it's just like no, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna listen. But I like there's also a give and take with that, right?
But
like,
here with the vaccine, from my point of view, they're like, oh, you can't travel. You can't come in here. You can't do this. You can't do that. I'm like, okay, give me the fucking vaccine. I want to travel. If that's the thing.
Yeah.
So it's like once I felt like, okay, this is how we're moving in this game. So be it. You know what I mean? Like I didn't let my ideology of being like, I'm not going to be pushed into that.
Yeah.
Like I didn't want to just be trapped in the country being like, I'm not going to be forced to do something I don't want. I'm like, I don't care. I've done 10 flu shots. I never gave a fuck.
Yeah,
Give me the poke. And I'm leaving the country for a couple of weeks. I want to go be free.
Yeah.
That's the thing for me about the vaccine.
Like for me with it is like personally, I don't care what anyone does, right? Like your reasoning behind it, perfectly valid reason. People who don't want to get it, also a perfectly valid reason. You know what the give and take is for not taking it and taking it, right? It's like, oh, I can't go on a plane or a train. I can't leave the country. I can't go inside places. Oh, no. But technically, I can do all these things. I have a car. Like, if I want to go to Vancouver tomorrow, I can get in my car and drive there and hang out. I can still eat food. Like, it's not like this weird thing. It's like, oh, I can't eat food. No, I can. I can go into the same restaurant as a vaccinated person, and I can go and get the same food. Guess where I'm eating, though? In my car. It's not like a big game changer to me. I can't go see a movie. What? I can't sit down in the movie theater? Oh, guess what? I have the internet. Like, all these elements where they're like, you can't do these things unless you get the vaccine. But at the same time, it's like, well, I can do all these things and not be vaccinated. Not a big deal. It's not. I never found it as a big deal to me. And I don't even get the flu vax. I don't do any of it.
I love dining in.
I love it too.
That's
but
one of my.
It's not a game changer for me.
That's a game changer, hands down. The ability to like enter countries, leave countries, and dining in. Game changer.
Those were your two
game
things?
Changer. Yeah. I'm like, what? So I just have to just have to put a shot in my thing and everything continues? Sure, put it in. Billions of people took it? Sure, put it in, whatever. If you guys fucked it up, you have to fix it for all of us. That's my mindset.
I had this one person.
Unless it was like a 10,000 experimental thing, they're like, this might just fuck up and we're fucked.
Yeah.
But when the whole world took it,
it's
like it'll be all hands on deck if this thing has some like fucked up reactions. I would imagine, no, that's a huge sample set to learn from.
Yeah.
Give me the thing and let me go.
Yeah, and that's a perfect valid reason. Like
it's free. I'm an immigrant. I'm like, give me two.
give me all three.
Give me two. You need to space them by 2 weeks. Give me two.
I got 2 arms, man.
No.
Put 1 week, 1 week here. I don't know, man. I think like people can just do whatever the hell they want. They should be allowed to do whatever they want. It's weird.
But I was saying this before that once all this shit passes, you just don't want to be the guy that was too aggressive about the fucking mandate to people like when they didn't have to be.
No one should be, right? Like everyone should be approaching this with a kindness in some regard. Like there's no need to be mean to other people about what choices they made that makes them feel comfortable to operate on this earth. Right? Like there's no point in being a negative person about it.
I feel like human nature gravitates to an us versus them dynamic.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Especially with the way media is and all the content that comes out too. I've noticed like a lot of like weird negative content that just seems to do so damn good. You know, like
yeah, because I don't want to hear. I mean, I like to hear positive stuff.
Yeah,
but I'm moved more by the negative, and I'm more like inclined to share it or bring it up or talk about the negative because it's like, what? Haley exploded?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As opposed to like, kittens are free in Singapore this year. What?
Yeah,
kittens are free in Singapore?
It is weird. Like I think there is some weird element of confrontation that people want to have, and it's like we don't need it though. Like I don't know, man. It baffles me. Like there's even the point where, so if we talk for a second about the silly convoy, right? The thing that always makes me laugh about it is like the people who are against the act of protest. Like they don't want it to happen. They're like, this is an inconvenience. And it's like, well, that's the point of a protest. It is to be an inconvenience when we can't be heard, right? Like it's the only tool in our tool belt as a last resort of, oh, you haven't been listening to us for this entire time. Well, guess what? Now we have to do this.
Oh, same with BLM. Like that's what they were saying, the same shit. And the reality is the nature of the protest is that it's never a good time for a protest.
It's never. There's
you know
exactly.
I mean?
There's
you know,
never
Sunday,
a good time.
next Sunday there's no games. And a bunch of stuff's closed. Maybe do it then. Yeah, it should be. Nobody's gonna be on the road. Do it then. You know what I mean? It's always going to be
an inconvenience.
It's always going to be a fucking pain in the ass for the locals and shit like that. Like, like this type of vibe.
So like there's the thing that like there's the protest that was going on that's against the convoy protest. So there was a second protest.
That's hilarious.
2 streets over, right? So
It's ironic as
it's
fuck.
on Bank Street, which is like 3 streets over from where the protest is, and they're protesting.
Like, stop protesting and open up all the roads. They're like in the middle of the road.
That's their protest. It's like stop the
Open
protest.
the picket sign says open the roads and they're blocking a car.
They're blocking the car. It's the most absurd protest. But like at the same time, it's like I can't be mad at them because like I'm pro-protest. Like I will always be pro-protest. I don't care. Like it's your right to do this. So I'm laughing. Like I find it funny because I'm like, so you guys are protesting the protest with the protest.
This sounds like a South Park episode,
right?
At this point,
It's like this
Inception.
weird absurdity
Yeah.
of like, oh,
It's
so
a protest within a protest.
we hate this.
It's all
protest.
directed by Christopher Nolan.
We hate this protest right now. So what do we do about it? How about we protest? It's like
It's literally a South Park episode, you know?
It is.
The only way we can let him know that this protest is bullshit is we run our own protest.
no, it's so true. You're not wrong. You're not
The
wrong.
protest to end all protests.
And like
They
they're
don't
doing,
have like a funny acronym like
they're doing the
POOP or
same
something.
stuff, right? They're just shouting, screaming, honking their horns, being loud in the community
Yeah.
to make their point being heard about we don't want this. And I'm just like, okay, here's more divisionism that we're creating all of a sudden, right? It's like this weird. It's just so weird to me. It's really weird to me.
What do you expect? You tell a whole group of people you can't go anywhere and
Yeah.
go in anywhere. It's like,
Yeah.
well, I can't go in anywhere. I might as well go to the streets and and be pissed about the fact that no one is letting me in anywhere. It
But
makes sense.
It's only 10%.
I can't work or do anything. Ah!
We're at a point too
Oh,
where
only 10% of people are unvaccinated.
Yeah, only
but
10%.
but it has happened slowly, just like what the Germans did to the Jews back in the day, slowly removing like privileges.
Yeah.
And like confining them and like
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever seen The Pianist, but it came slow, right?
yeah.
It's the same type of thing. Even though they may only be 10%, which represents, are we talking about Ontario?
No, I think it's all of Canada is 10% that is not double
Okay,
back.
so we're still talking about 4 million people
Yeah.
or so,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So still a lot of people. Percentage-wise, not a lot, but still a lot of people.
Yeah.
You got to remember that these people have been like piece by piece removed and stripped of like freedom.
Yeah.
So it's like they're fucking just been getting in like embittered, like they're like a powder keg about to go off.
Yeah.
That's why there's even though like the percentage isn't high, it's like it's been 2 years of like systematic oppression.
Yeah, yeah.
And that, you know, has a fucking point. You know, it took black people 60 years to do this. You know what I mean, guys? Yeah. No, we had a lot of protests. They just
Yeah.
sprayed hoses and
Hoses
dogs.
and-
There was a whole dog hose thing. That,
Yeah, that whole
it's a
dog
whole
hose.
story. It's a whole thing.
But that's just
I'm not talking about the rap video hose. You know what I mean?
Be very-
Like hose and dogs. That's just a regular party with me with my dogs and hose. It's like, no.
Is that a DMX music video?
Yeah, with your hose and dogs. No.
Get at me, dogs.
Ooh, what a hose at.
What a hose at? We in the club.
I was just hanging out with my hose and dogs. Oh, sounds like a good time. No, I was at the protest.
Oh, you're at that protest.
Yeah, I got hosed down and dogs sicked me.
Oh God.
Oh, hose and dogs.
Oh, those
Yeah,
hoes
yeah,
and
yeah.
dogs.
Yeah, no, that's a-
D-O-G.
That's a motherfucker. That's a motherfucker.
Oh God. That was
But
good.
yeah, like
Yeah.
the shit's gonna end, and the
Yeah.
and the mandates are gonna go away.
Yeah.
And I just know the energy. Make no mistake that the energy that came out of this unvaccinated, the community of the unvaccinated,
Yeah.
that's going to continue.
Oh, yeah.
In the post COVID-19 world.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's going to become like the Canadians against mass vaccine mandates
Yeah.
group
Yeah.
preparing for the next pandemic, you know?
Yeah. You're not wrong. You're not wrong at all.
The energy doesn't disappear.
No. There'll be something more to it, and it'll grow into something, and we'll be like, oh, okay, there'll be a new political party to vote for. Like it'll just keep snowballing.
Like what people don't know who have never run events is that once you set up your event page, setting it up the first time is the hardest part. After that, you can just click copy event, change the date, and like the
Yeah.
fucking participants or whatever the
Yeah.
fuck. You've already done the work. So
Yeah.
they're going to be like, I have all these people who joined the group and they're all here and we're all like,
Yeah.
let's meet again.
You should just like infiltrate it as so you can put your comedy shows in there.
Hasn't
Like-
Chaudhry performed? Do you see that video?
Yeah.
He was in Ottawa
Yeah.
performing in front of the...
Yeah.
I don't know if the people even knew he's a comedian.
Yeah.
Because it was like the laughs were like scattered a little bit and it was funny as shit.
Yeah.
It's like when you could tell people were confused what was happening.
Yeah.
Is he just a is that announcer guy just kind of making jokes or like, oh, he's a comedian? Like,
No.
people don't know what's happening.
This is serious. Yeah. Did you go?
No, I didn't go.
I didn't go
I didn't
either.
go.
I thought about
I don't
it.
like going to. Anytime I go to a big crowd,
Yeah.
I always expect a bomb to go off.
You know what? The odds are there.
Yeah. Anytime I see a big crowd,
Yeah.
I think Boston marathons, that type shit's
Right.
gonna happen.
So you're never going to do a marathon?
I'll go to a theater.
But will you run a marathon?
I will. Just not Boston's.
Just not
They don't have a
Boston.
good track record. You know what I mean?
I'll do every other one.
And I'm not even like a big marathon guy. Like
Yeah.
I need to fucking run a lot to show my resolve.
Yeah, I don't need it.
Yeah, I'm actually like, I don't need to run a lot for anything. But
Same.
what was I gonna say? Like theaters and concerts, I don't count it. I suspend the disbelief, even though those are just at risk as like
Yeah.
a protest.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just like I don't want to. And when the protest happened, it was like -10. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, there's the fucking.
had
If
to-
it was like the unseasonably warm day in the winter, I'd be there, bro.
I had to get an oil change that weekend anyway, so my car was in the shop. So I was like, nah.
Muffler man was literally right next to the protest, bro.
Nah. Yeah.
Okay, Bret, your car's ready. You're like, no, it's not.
Nah.
Yeah. No, it's not.
Yeah, I'll say a Monday, okay?
Oh fuck, dude.
Oh, man.
Bro, you want to land this episode?
Yeah, I think it's been like an hour.
Yeah, let's do it, brother. Let's do it. This has been a fucking pleasure as always, man. This is Hoes and Dogs.
Hoes and Dogs.
That's what I'm gonna name it. I love saying that's what I'm gonna name it, but not naming it that. I'm just like that doesn't work, you know.
That doesn't.
As always, look into the camera. But you still got your gram?
Yeah, I still,
Okay,
I
yeah.
still
So look
have
at the
Instagram.
camera, and you still got your website, right?
No, I'm got rid of all of it.
Okay, well then tell these people that they'll never see you again. Look into the camera. Tell them where they.
You
can
guys
find
could all follow me on Instagram at Bret Goes Outside. That is it. That's the only thing that's
That's gonna stay.
That is going to stay.
Okay,
Yeah.
so motherfuckers can reach you. Huh?
Yeah, that's the only place you'll be able to find me and reach me and see my shows.
I'll
and
put
stuff.
his one method of contact below. Scroll down. It's right there.
gonna be right
it says
there.
Instagram.
Yep, that's it.
Like I said before, go to abbaswahab.com to get tickets for the upcoming Ontario and Montreal tour dates, end of March. Get on those. And support the show directly at patreon.com/the Immigrant Section. Brother, this has been a fucking pleasure, man.
Always, man.
Let's do it again?
Yeah, always.
Awesome. Let's meet up in the woods, you know?
I'll take you to the woods.
Yeah?
Yeah. I shouldn't have rubbed my hands like
Yeah.
I'll take you
I'm
to
going to
the
make
woods.
sure that's in the video. Yeah. That's on some Hagrid shit right there. I'll take you to the
I'm
woods,
excited.
boy.
I love going hiking, so yeah, I'll take you.
Oh, I didn't. Who said anything about hiking? I said just go to the woods,
Oh, okay.
smoke a joint, and
Okay.
leave. You smoke weed?
Yeah.
You're cool.
Yeah.
You're cool, right?
Thanks, man.
Fuck, of course he's cool. Anyways, yo, thanks so much for tuning in and enjoying this episode. Well, at least I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Until next time, y'all been great. Peace.